Yeah, so to recap, this guy, GCR, is the one that can predict the future. He begged everyone to short Luna from 100 to 0 and apparently called it at the top down to nothing. Accurately predicted the all-time high and low of the last bull run. Literally every one of his predictions comes true, and here are his predictions for this cycle. So first, about GCR, he is a well-known crypto trader who consistently ranked among FTX's top traders and turned 1,000 into 1 billion through crypto trading. I hope he got I hope after that he got his stuff off of FTX for his sake. As I already mentioned, his predictions tend to come true. Here's his predictions. Okay, so he says a tweet from June 18th in which GCR says, the current structure reminds me more of late summer 2020 after DeFi summer imploded and that we're still in a bull market. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but also like it seems pretty obvious. I think it'd be crazy to say we're not in a bull run right now. It's that we're in that second segment of it. It's usually one right before the bull and then one after. This is the after. So we probably got a ways to go yet, I think. It says this market will continue to grow. I think that's true. 2022 bet was in the middle of a bear market. Current structure reminds me more of blah, 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 blah. Just like even shades of summer 2021. But one shouldn't get too wedded to fractals. Each cycle will play out differently. We're still in a bull market. He says, if you've been sidelined, believe this is a good opportunity to scale into high conviction tokens. If you're fully invested, just survive, hold your spot positions, and do not capitulate. Which is what I've been saying, you guys. Once you're in, at this point, you probably should just be hanging on for the ride. I wouldn't do too much lane switching right now because you might end up with one that's kind of exhausted itself. I think you already should have made your, if you want to get into some stuff right now, it might still be a decent time to do so. But if you've already bought in the bear market, I would just hold on. That's my opinion. Someone once said liquidations are a forced transfer of wealth from traders who need leverage to wealthy spot buyers. I was enjoying retirement from social media, but don't want to see my brothers get shaken out when the future is still so bright. New coins full of hope, lacking bag holders, teams still not rich and incentivized to create hype. GCR believes that new tokens will always grow better to novelty, absence of large holders, and the fact that team is motivated and driven for success. Let's just read his stuff. Yeah, getting messages from people who made tremendous wealth off this thesis, but wealth isn't wealth until it's realized. It's not a crime to secure some profit from coins that pumped off this thesis went off. Yeah, and I've been saying this too, guys. You got to take profits. It doesn't do a lot of good if you don't take profits when you're up. You know, your goal should be to eventually to create moonbags, and then everything you have after that is pure profit. And then you literally can't lose. You can't lose when that's the case. For each cycle, remember that only those who take profits end the cycle successfully. Yes. This is interesting too. Some of the best performing coins will be the ones with the worst tokenomics from the most predatory teams. A lot of the teams have launched in peak bear have been waiting desperately for more favorable conditions so they can deploy their bag of tricks. Here's another one from him. He says, I've been telling people for weeks the greatest threat to any successful project is its own success. Success breeds imitation. This is a mercenary industry that will ruthlessly move to derivatives of original, chasing higher upside from VCs to traders to ultimate retail. That's a really good point. That might be a challenge for coins like Algorand or Cardano because you know, they've had a chance to garner competition. That's why I like SWI. I think it's doing a lot of the stuff really well right now. Some of the best performing tokens, this is this tweet from before, which I thought was really interesting. Some of the best performing coins will be the ones with the worst tokenomics from the most predatory teams. That's what I'm saying with Solana. Like the tokenomics suck. They've had really bad practices from day one. I mean, they lied about the total supply, all that stuff. And, you know, they've done well. So a lot of teams that launched in peak bear have been waiting desperately for more favorable conditions so they can deploy their bag of tricks and do some market manipulation. So he's definitely bullish, which is what he said. And overall, everything points to significant growth now. Remember, one of GCR's key pieces of advice is just hold and you will end up winning. That's what I'm saying, man. I totally agree with this guy. I think this is really, really smart. And I'd listen to stuff in here. I thought that was a pretty good thread overall with good information for the bull run. So good stuff. Let's start clearing out some tabs. I just want to see who's responding to me really quick. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? You think that was pretty good advice? If you disagree with me, let me know. I just want to see if anyone's commenting on my Kick. Yeah, remember, guys, you can watch me here. You can also watch me on Kick. And I got a comment. Ty Triosi says, what are your thoughts on Sol? Well, I think I don't like the tokenomics of it. I don't like the way it functions. I think it's not a great blockchain, but I think it has a lot of potential for run up. It tends to do really, really well in price. And, you know, we can go back to what Chainmind was, or excuse me, what GCR, excuse me, was saying, is that lots of teams that launched in peak bear have been waiting desperately for more favorable conditions so they can employ their bag of tricks and do some market manipulation. I don't know if that's what Solana's doing, but we can look at that. And I hit the comment, by the way. Let's go back to CoinMarketCap. Here we are. Yeah, let's talk about Solana a little bit. Let me go all time, actually. Because I remember remember 2021, we went from $3 up to 200 some dollars. That is huge. What is that? $300 would be 300 some dollars would be 100x. So it's probably like 60, 70x. And beginning of 2023, we went from 17, which I took advantage of, to 190. Kind of fell back a little bit. I actually bought a lot of Solana around here, so I think we could probably have a run up. You know, maybe I said 1,000 before. I think that might be a little overly optimistic, but you know, $600-700, I don't think is out of the question for Solana. It just tends to pump a lot. You know, it tends to do really well. So, hey, thanks for I'm gonna even type it. Anyway, cool. I actually got my first comment on Kick. That's exciting. Nobody followed though. I'm so sad. Let's see. Got some chats here. Got some chats on YouTube now. Ike Lucero, welcome to the show. Thanks for watching. He says, went back to $3. I'm going to tell you, I think that's the top of my prediction for. We haven't historically. We've had such a crash to all-time lows. Like you notice with Solana, you notice we didn't go back all the way down to those all-time lows. It maintained, you know, around $20. I think it got as low as what, 13? Yeah, about 11. Oh, it did go under 10, just barely. But that's quite a bit different than the 2020 lows. When we look at Algorand, there it is right there. You know, we were in 2020, we were in the 17, 18 cents range. We actually surpassed that. We had a new all-time low this cycle of 8 cents. I know we got down to 8 cents. Hard to find it here on there it was. Yeah, we did get below 9 cents for a little while. So we set a new all-time low. That's never a good sign. So that's what I think is the difference there. Grupo Trading says, welcome to the show, Grupo Trading. Thanks for watching. It says, is Algorand a zombie network? Serious question. Actually, I don't think it's a zombie network. I think there's too much stuff being built on it. There's too many people using it. We share all the time how it has some really good projects and partnerships on it. Unfortunately, that is not translating to price. And so I think we're going to see that. Ike says, same here, losing faith, my brother. I watch your videos all the time. Yeah, appreciate that, Ike. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, listen, I think we're going to, you know, if you bought at 11, how much did you say? Oh, here he is. Says, yeah, Ike says he bought a bunch at 9 cents. I mean, so for that, you're up, you know. I think anyone buying even right now is probably going to be up in the near future when the bull run kicks in fully. I just don't think it's going to be like as much as the other projects have. And considering we hit a new all-time low, I just don't see us going above $3. I mean, I'd be happy to be wrong. I would profit very well if I was up higher than that, but I just don't see that happening. So, and like I said, I'd be very, very happy to be wrong about that. Let's see what else. So yeah, I don't think Algorand is a zombie network. I just don't think the price action is very good, and I don't see it's going to get better until the crypto market matures to where it really, really values fundamentals over speculation and vibes. I just don't see that changing much. Got a couple others, but honestly, I'm kind of running out of steam. So. Oh, we got more chat. Yeah, keep the chats coming if you want, guys. Ike says, Algorand lacks mainstream adoption. If more people used it, they would like the speed and low transaction fees. It's good. It's a good network. It is a good network. I think it's actually had quite a bit of adoption for cryptocurrency. What it doesn't have is a lot of speculators like a lot of the other coins have. Because there's quite a bit to do on it. Like I said, I've been using it for a long time, and I really like the dApps. The dApps that are built on it have a greater capacity to actually work and function, which a lot of the other ones don't. And I can't tell you how many stuff I've tried on crypto, and I just get so frustrated. like I pointed out the partnership between Fractal Monsters and Immutable X. I was playing Gods Unchained, and it was just a nightmare to do anything on it. At first, it was good because like it wasn't super connected to crypto, and then they linked it up so you had to use MetaMask, and there was all these steps they told you to do, and at one point you get caught in a loop where it's like you can't proceed because you haven't done the step that it's literally telling you to do. It's like do X. You can't do X because you haven't done X. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. I'm like, how's anybody using this? I don't get it. Like, it's so confusing to me. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of a lot of other stuff, and I think algo, those things tend to work a lot better. So it kind of depends on what you mean by mainstream. It hasn't had a lot of mainstream buy-in. It doesn't have the vibes or the I guess the excitement that other coins have for some reason. Yeah, like usually when non-crypto people tell me about buying crypto, they'll talk about Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then after that, probably Solana or Cardano they'll talk about, but they won't talk about like I never hear anyone. I can't say never. I've run into a couple of people that are kind of in the wild that are Algorand people, but not too many others.